Hello, PT test takers. I am here to share something very important and very fresh. As you know, today is 7th August and it is the official rollout of the newly updated PSN PTE Academic Exam. And as a responsible and committed PT trainer, I did not want to wait even a day to try it out myself. So I booked my very first available slot at 8 o'clock, took the test at the test center in Hyderabad. In this session, I will walk you through my personal experience, what's new, what's changed, and how I felt about the updated exam. Let's get started. The first one is exam duration. Let's talk about the total exam duration. The total exam duration was approximately 2 hours earlier, but it took 15-20 minutes more this time around. I think this is one thing. So you can expect 10 to 15 extra minutes possibly to accommodate the new tasks, and but nothing was literally overwhelming. Nothing was overwhelming. So don't have to be worried about it. This is my input basically. Now, coming to the speaking module, let me share my speaking module experience first. Um, Here is how it went basically. Read aloud, I got 6 to 7 questions. And just to give my remarks, the vocabulary was simple and clear, no tricky or no unfamiliar words used. I could speak comfortably and confidently for read aloud. And then talking about repeat sentence, the second task, I had around 10 to 10 questions, 11 questions. Most of them were short sentences, around 10 words, with a couple of slightly longer, around 12-word sentences. This made it easier to retain and repeat accurately. And coming to the describe image, the third task, basically, I received 5, 6 images, mostly bar diagrams, and I think one of the images was pie chart. The images were simple, they're not overloaded with data, which made the structuring a little easier for me, basically. That's what my opinion about describe image. And read a lecture. I got a couple of read a lecture questions. Both were easy to understand. The audios were easy to understand. And I managed to retell them without much confusion, without much struggle, basically. So I could do it comfortably. Then the other one, the next one, and the least important one, that is answer short questions. I got, I think, 5 questions from answer short questions as usual. These are again answerable, very easier ones. I got, I think, one or two were a little trickier. I said something there, I don't remember. Since it is not that important, let's not bother about it. And talking about the most important one, that is summarizing group discussion. Now, let's talk about the new additions. One of the most interesting tasks introduced is the summarized group discussion. I got 2 questions. The In the questions, the audio was each 3 minutes long. The conversation of the discussion was 3 minutes long, because three people discussion as usual. And I feel the notes taking is critical, because if you do not take notes, if you do not take the right notes, you may get a lot of you may get confused. So the topics for the discussion were academic or university related ones. So quite relevant. I mean, it is as expected, basically, not too complex, I think. As long as you are attentive and organized in your notes, this task, I feel, is pretty much manageable. But now some practice is also necessary. At least 40, 50 questions somebody should practice before going to the exam. I think in a span of at least 10 days, 1 week, it takes basically for a student to get comfortable with the summarized group discussion. And talking about the other newly introduced task, that is respond to situation, the second new task, that is response situation. Again, I got 2 questions from this. Each scenario was easy to imagine and respond to. So these are relatable things basically. The instructions were clear and there wasn't much confusion on what to say, because they're all relatable things. It's all about how spontaneously can you think and structure your response quickly. That's what it is all about, without missing on the flow, basically. Right? And let's now have the summary of the speaking module. To summarize my speaking module experience, the duration is slightly increased. The PT's duration, speaking duration is increased, entire test duration is increased, but it was smooth. So task, familiar ones, remain easy and predictable. New tasks, summarize, group discussion, and respond to situation, both are student friendly. If you practice notes taking, smart notes taking, and situational thinking, both of these things. Overall, it was a fair and doable test if you are well prepared for the test, basically. Let's now move into the writing module in the new Pearson PTE format. My writing section lasted for 40 minutes in total because of two summarized written text questions, because of one essay question. So with the new exam, I'm sure you guys know only one essay is going to happen. I think one essay is going to come. We cannot expect two essays like previous exam. Only one essay and two summaries I got. That is as per the official information that is published in the score guide and everything. Okay. So let me talk about it. Summarize written text first. I got two summarized written text tasks, each one with a timer of 10 minutes, but both passages were medium in length, around 160, 170 word. They were not too long, not too short either. Now, the interesting point is one passage was simple and straightforward. One passage was simple and straightforward. I finished summarizing it comfortably within the time. The other one, though short, was conceptually a bit complex. So I had to be more careful while understanding and summarizing. So even if a passage looks short, don't underestimate the complexity of the ideas. You should stay focused. This is my suggestion for the test takers. And talking about the essay writing after summary written text, section, you will get into what essay writing. As I said, there is only one essay. For essay task, I got a topic that I felt very familiar, something most students would be comfortable with, right? You might think it's a great thing, easy score, but here is what I learned. Here is what I have to say rather. Familiar topics often make you think too much. You start generating more ideas than you actually need. So what I ask you to do is, if you get a familiar topic, don't start writing immediately. First, use your erasable notebook to jot down 2 to 3 positives, maybe 2 to 3 negatives, and respective examples to back your, opinions, basically. This helps you to stay focused and avoid writing too much or going off track, basically. This is something which helps any test taker. I did not have any tough time writing essay, so I could write it comfortably. Uh, then the key takeaways of the writing module. The duration was 40 minutes. There were two tasks, summarize written text 10 minutes each, essay 20 minutes each. My reflections, basically. Familiar doesn't always mean easy, especially in essay. It can make you overthink. Short passages can still be tricky. Don't just rely on the length. Okay, effective planning, better structure, better time management are necessary, basically. Now let's move to the reading module, and here is where you may really feel the pressure of new format. You may, all right. So the reading module has reduced time and same load. I think that's the thing. The total time I got for reading module was just 23 minutes time, and it was in that limited time I had to answer 15 questions. Earlier we used to get around 30 minutes for almost same number questions, or maybe two to three questions less. So yes, the time is definitely tighter now. And that can be real challenge for many test takers. All right. Now, what I would like to advise here is the difficulty are my key messages. The difficulty is not just in the questions anymore. It's in how quickly and accurately you can handle them under pressure. That's where the difficulty lies, basically. So you have to work on that. Now, let's discuss one by one the tasks, starting with what fill in the blanks drop down, previously known as reading and writing fill in the blank. In this task, most questions were straightforward and vocabulary was not that complex. Most questions were straightforward and vocabulary wasn't complex. Only question in one question, I think I felt the vocabulary was a bit difficult the difficulty level of one of the questions is a little high. Otherwise, remaining all cool. I think anybody, a decent user can easily crack the answers, basically. So this is how it is. And then talking about fill in the blanks, drag and drop, earlier known as reading fill in the blanks. Again, very much doable. Only one question stood out as little tricky. Otherwise, everything was good. I think 3 blanks, 4 blanks per question were rolled out. All right. So this is about the two important tasks. One is fill in the blanks, drop down. The other one is fill in the blanks, drag and drop. And the other task I would like to talk about is reorder paragraph. The questions were shorter and not very complex and easy to manage. Reorder paragraph. I think with shorter questions, I got the number of sentences were very less, minimal, and difficulty level was super minimal. Okay, multiple choice, single answer. It was not at all difficult. I got two questions, both were manageable. So reading is easier, but only thing is you should be focusing on the time management. Okay. Now let me summarize it for you. What you should focus on. Speed and accuracy is the new formula. You need to improve not just the comprehension, but also your reading efficiency. And there is no luxury of extra time anymore. You have just 23 minutes time. So practice reading faster, learn to eliminate the wrong options quickly, master the patterns of fill in the blanks tasks. Basically, you have to slightly work on your grammar if you forgot grammar, and you should improve your reading skills. Your performance in reading drop down and drag and drop, fill in the blanks matters a lot for the score. So make sure that you master these areas. So if you need the coaching, you can approach us. Our number is for Indian students and abroad students. We give training 9010 The country code is +91. And then the final thoughts on reading module. The duration was 23 minutes. Task covered were reading, so fill in the blanks, drop down, fill in the blanks, drag and drop, reorder paragraph, and multiple choice questions, both types. Final thoughts. Focus on reading habits. Increase your reading stamina. Practice skimming, scanning, elimination techniques. Aim for fast and accurate decision making. All right. All right. Now it's time to talk about the final section of the PTE test, PTE academic test, that is listening module. Here is how my experience went. Obviously, as expected, it starts with summarize spoken text, right? Summarize spoken text. I received one question. The audio was clear and manageable. I completed my answer in just 4.5, 5 minutes. And that's how it was comfortable. I mean, yeah. So then after summarize spoken text, which is an important task that is done, I got into what multiple choice, multiple answer. Again, it's a doable thing if you pay attention to the audio. It was no tricky audio, no confusing option. And multiple choice, single answer, a short audio clip, and the question was easy to answer. That's what my experience of multiple choice, two types of questions. Although these two don't come in the order, I'm just clubbing these two and telling so that it is going to have better connect. And then fill in the blanks. Let's talk about fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks, I got two questions. The first one was slow paced, super easy to catch the words. The second one, at the same time, slightly faster audio, but it was still manageable. Since I have good typing speed, I directly typed in the computer, right? I'm not very comfortable with handwriting, therefore, I directly type in the computer. Now, let's talk about uh, the select missing word. There was only one question. Again, it was easy to answer. And there is something called highlight correct summary, which is this particular thing, this particular question. Both audios. There were two questions. Two questions audios were understandable, and I took notes. There was no struggle with highlight correct summary, although it is not an important task. So I did it. I think it was comfortable. Then talking about the other task, what is select missing word, there was one question. It was easy to answer. Highlight incorrect word. One question's audio was faster, the other one was slower. So it's a mix basically for me. And I could answer these two comfortably. Then last one and the mega one, that is right from dictation. I got three sentences in total. Two was slow and very comfortable. One was a bit faster, but not overwhelming. So this is my experience of the PTE listening module. The overall listening experience, I would like to give you the final thoughts. The tasks are familiar. There's no new task. Okay. Understandable audios. Okay. Manageable difficulty. They all came with manageable difficulty. And some questions were easier, some are faster. Nothing shocking. It is the nature of the PTE from the beginning. And the listening module feels 80 to 90% same. No major changes in this format. If you are well prepared, you will do well. Only thing is, I want you to reduce the time that you invest in multiple choice questions and select missing word and highlight correct summary, these things, so that you have sufficient time left for write from dictation, which comes towards the end. And my final thoughts on the new PTE exam. To be honest, this did not feel like completely new test. I would say 20 to 30% of the exam has changed. That's it. In terms of the new tasks getting added, score reshuffling, all that. The basic format, style, scoring logic remains more or less intact. So don't panic if you stay updated. If you practice consistently, regularly, you are good to go. That's what I can say. And those who are planning to take our help, the coaching help, you can join us, right? So join our PT coaching with real insights from the real examinations. If you want training based on the real exam experience, you are in the right place. I've been training students from more than 16 countries. I've been doing this for almost 10 plus years. And yes, I take the actual test regularly, just like I did today, to ensure and you get a accurate and practical insights from someone who walks the talk. I believe in walking the talk. So how to join my coaching? Just WhatsApp us at +919010955516. Please do not call this number. We won't be able to take all the calls. Just to send a message and our team will assist you with the details. Once you enroll, you will be getting access to our all-in-one portal, which has the practice questions, mock tests, grammar exercises, vocabulary improvement modules, spelling improvement modules, question-wise practice, module-wise test, full-length mock test with instant feedback. Everything is available, right? I am on a mission to create 1 lakh successful PT achievers, guys. I'd love you to be one of them. Thank you. Thanks for listening to my experience with enhanced PT exam. Stay tuned for more updates, strategies, tips. Let's crack this exam together. Okay, click the subscribe button if you have not subscribed yet. Follow us on Instagram. Visit our website www.bestptcoaching.com.